Hi everyone, I'm back today with another review, and this week I'm reviewing Cloverfield by J.J. Abrams' Cloverfield, even though he didn't really write it or direct it. He was a producer. Kind of hate it when it says so and so's film and they only produced it, didn't direct or write it. No. Anyway, um, I bought this from the £2 store. I didn't really enjoy it the first time I watched it, but this was like when it first came out in DVD, I think, 2008, I think. It's a found footage film about aliens attacking Earth. And I love found footage films. I have a very sort of soft spot for them. Although they may not be great, they may not be good at all, I still love them. Blair Witch Project's one of my favourites. Um, As Beloved So Below, I really enjoy that film. I really like it, even though I know it's got issues, but I still get a lot out of it. The Wreck series, well, the first two anyway. So I do like found footage, but this one in particular really just rubbed me up the wrong way. The reason is because it's just not scary. It's it is a horror, really, but it just doesn't really work as a horror film at all. There's just not a lot of tension. The film just goes along at a very sort of quick pace, and there's just nothing to get. There's no the monster. Sorry, I think I'm just a bit frustrated with this film because although it's not as bad as I remember, um, there's a lot of things I just don't like. TJ Miller is an annoying actor to me. I can't stand him, and to have him hold the camera most all the time, pretty much most of the time, all the time, he's just annoying. His voice just really gets to me. That might just be a personal thing, but he's just this annoying character who asks stupid questions. There's an alien vision is like, "What do you think it is? Is it come from the sea?" And it's just like, "Shut up, man! For Christ's sake!" So that was really irritating. And CGI monsters, they aren't scary because they're not real. You can tell they're not real. CGI is horrible for horror films. It doesn't work. I've never acted like this on camera before. This just shows my frustration with film these days. CGI, I hate it. I really don't like it. It can work, but they just don't use it properly. And I feel like a film like this, they could have made it work somehow. But they just went with the CGI monsters, and they're not scary. We don't see them too often, and it just I just felt no tension the whole time because they were just kind of running. There was no. It didn't slow down at any point. It just kept going and going and going from location to location to location, trying to get away, trying to get out of New York. And I don't care about it not explaining anything. That's fine. I don't really care. You know, a horror film that doesn't really have an explanation for why things are happening can be quite good. It can leave a lot of unanswered questions and make you think about it, like Japanese film Pulse or The Cure, not The Cure, sorry, Cure, do that very well. Um, but in terms of horror and found footage, Cloverfield I think just feels at everything. And this film, a lot of people seem to like it. I've met people who either thought it was pretty good or just despise it. And honestly, I feel like I'm sort of over the despise it sort of section. I really just didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to. It was entertaining enough to keep me invested for the hour and a half length. So it was all. I mean, it didn't bore me at any point, but it didn't scare me. I just felt nothing, really. It just was a decent popcorn flick and nothing more. And like I said, it's 10 out of 10 not to be missed by Daily Star. Breathless blockbuster. I mean, I don't really read reviews on boxes. I mean, 5 stars, what does that tell you? Not much, really. I know I do ratings, but that's. I don't know what else. You kind of get an idea of what. It was like, oh, he gives this a 5 stars, he gives this a 4 stars. I can kind of tell what sort of film he likes, but I don't know what the news of the world likes. 5 stars, really? J.J. Abrams to me is just this. I don't really care for him as a filmmaker. I think he gets a lot of fame for what I mean, rebooting Star Wars again. It's not that good. Well, I don't like it anyway. Especially the last one. It was pretty bad. Bad robot. Yeah. Um. But yeah, Cloverfield to me is just this film that I don't know what it's trying to be. I really don't understand what this film's trying to be. May get some angry comments about this, but I don't get this movie. I don't understand what it was going for. Um, and then you got those other films, 10 Cloverfield Lane and Cloverfield Paradox, is it? I watched 10 Cloverfield Lane. I liked it, apart from the ending, which was just weird. It would have been better if it was left in mystery. I haven't watched Paradox yet. I plan to at some point just to see how bad it is because I've heard it's really bad. Um, so, yeah, the Cloverfield name is just this bizarre enigma to me that I just don't get. I don't understand what's going on. Obviously, studios are tacking on the Cloverfield name to try and sell, more tickets. But I mean, I would not go to a Cloverfield film anymore. The name puts me off because it's like it may be a story that Cloverfield was kind of wrapped around. Just it doesn't work. It didn't work for 10 Cloverfield Lane. So I don't know what to give this, to be honest. It may work for some. Some people find it entertaining, and that's fine. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's your opinion. If you're entertained by this, that's perfectly fine. It's just not for me. And quite frankly, after watching it twice, it just pisses me off a lot that they think that this would work. I don't care about the characters at all, especially TJ Miller, isn't it? Yeah, he does my nutting. I forgot he was in this. As soon as I heard his voice, I went, shit. And the ending doesn't bother me. I don't really mind the ending. So I'm giving this a 4 to 10. And you're like, that's quite high for, all the bullshit you give it. But it does some things right. It tells a coherent story. The problem is, I feel what it should be, it isn't. It's something else entirely. Maybe it was trying to do that in the first place. I don't know. I don't know what the hell it was even for. But I was entertained, at least. It's a film you could watch once, throw it away, and not really give a shit after that. So that's my score. So yeah, I'm not watching this again. Thanks. Bye. Keep watching my videos.